You're listening to Naz at Night with me, your host, Naz Soni Upal. As you already probably know, the whole month of August, I have dedicated a segment called Naz's Book Club. Throughout the month of August, I have been interviewing South Asian authors or authors who have South Asian characters or themes in their stories. And now I'd like to present to you a very, very talented author, Kash, who wrote the Village Diaries Stories of a Dog Walker. And here's my interview with Kash Gauni.
Naz at Night.
Welcome to the show, Kash.
Hey, thank you, Naz, and welcome to all the viewers. Namaskar, Satsakal, Adabaze, and hope they're having a good time listening to your show.
You've just released this book, The Village Diaries Stories of a Dog Walker, recently. Can you tell us what this book is about?
The book that got published in June is called The Village Diaries, Stories of a Dog Walker. It's kind of a personal journey because I'm a big animal lover and I had quite a few number of dogs over a lifetime. And this book was written last year. It's a series of books. I had 3 dogs at the point. By the end of this book, my oldest dog passed away. His name was Lucky. So this book is dedicated to my older dog, Lucky. And every morning, 5:30 is a ritual. I live in the old village of Churchill, which is, I have a little farm down there. I walk in the morning and I meet different people. And by the time it's 10 a.m., I have a story for the different interactions I had with different people. This was 300 stories written last April, out of which one of my godfathers picked 24 hand-picked stories and put them in form of a book.
So you mentioned that you're a dog walker, and these stories have come from your visits with your meetings with other people. What was your favorite story in this book?
Well, this book originally started on 2nd of April, 2012. I was walking out. It was still kind of chilly. It's pretty much setting in. So I would walk. I had 3 dogs. It would be difficult to walk all 3 together. So I'll walk 1 alone and then 2 together. So I was running my first set of dogs, and I saw a guy who was wearing women's clothes, very old guy. And by the end of this interaction with this gentleman, his jacket flew off in the breeze, and he had everything artificial running through an electronic board in his body. So the story was called The Man in the Red Jacket, and I think that's one of my favorite stories. The book begins with this very touching story, but after that everything becomes hilarious. So, that's my favorite story in the book, The Man in the Red Jacket.
Many authors, as they write their book, they have a goal for the book, maybe like a goal specifically for the book or a goal for themselves with this book. Do you have a goal, and what do you hope to accomplish with this book?
I write constantly, so mostly I've written fiction. These are some of the stories which rather than blogging and becoming bloggy and throwing them out every day, I write them as story form. So what I do, I Disneyfy a incident or a place. I don't name people in that incident, but I dignify them and I Disneyfy them, and I put some flavor of fiction to it. So that's my goal, to actually make them entertaining, give them a happy moment, and so people can connect to what I'm going through in daily life, I think you're going through, or anybody else is going through. So when they read this, they say, aha, I've also gone through something very similar. For example, I have a story in that called The Missile Mama. And there's a lady who has twins in a pram, and she changes diapers on the side of the river that I live by, and she tosses the diapers, and they fall in the garbage bin directly without going anywhere else. And she was impeccable in her throws. Every time she would throw, it would go right in the garbage bin. So my interactions with her became a story called The Missile Mama. And so basically, that's my goal, to make people connect what happens in the day-to-day life in forms of stories.
Well, these are all very beautiful stories. Once again, for the audience, what's the name of the book, and where can people buy this book?
Well, the book's called The Village Diaries, Stories of a Dog Walker. It'll be a series. It's in form of ebook as well. So if you have any of the ebook readers, you can pretty much download it from Amazon, any Amazon in the world. You can download it from iTunes. You can download it from chapters, Indiegogo, Kobo books, what they call them, Kobo.com. You can download from Sony readers. All different formats are available, and it's pretty cheap. It's only $2.99. We made it accessible so everybody can read it. The idea is not part of revenue. The idea is part of day-to-day enjoyment, so people can read while they're traveling on trains or buses. Put them on e-readers. The print version will be out end of this month, hitting all the chapters and Indiegogo. So if somebody is traditional, old format, they can pick up a book from any of the local bookstores.
Kash, thank you very much for speaking with us today. Is there anything else you'd like to add before we go?
Well, I really appreciate that. And thanks to your viewers. I hope they enjoy this book. And thanks to you, and continue the good work.
Thank you very much.
Take care now.
Nas at Night.
You're listening